Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Everyday, the podcast. I'm your host, Mary.
And I'm Luke. It's great to be here with you all.
Today, we're diving into a topic that can be a little tricky for a lot of English learners: small talk at work.
Right. It's those short everyday conversations that really help you connect with your colleagues and build a friendly atmosphere. But knowing what to say and how to say it can be a challenge.
Exactly. So we've put together a list of common situations you might face at the office, and we're going to give you some simple, natural phrases you can use. Ready to get started, Luke?
Absolutely. Let's jump right in.
Okay, first up, the simple good morning. You walk into the office, see your coworkers. What do you say?
This one seems easy, but there are nuances. A simple good morning is always a safe and professional choice.
You can also make it a bit more casual, like just morning, especially with people you know well.
Right, and it's always good to add the person's name if you can. Morning, Sarah. It makes it more personal.
That's a great tip. And what about a follow-up? Sometimes it feels a bit abrupt to just say good morning and walk away.
You could add a simple question like, how are you this morning? Or, did you have a good commute? It shows you're open to a brief chat if they are.
Perfect. So, good morning, David. How was your commute? Is a great way to start the day on a friendly note.
Let's try a quick role play. Mary, you're walking into the office.
Okay. Morning, Luke. Did you have a good commute?
Morning, Mary. It was surprisingly smooth today. Ready for a busy day?
As I'll ever be. See, that little extra bit makes the interaction so much warmer.
Next, let's talk about how to answer a very common question. How's your day going?
Yes, the classic. The standard answer is fine, thanks, and you? But we can do better than that, right?
Definitely. While fine thanks is okay, it can sometimes end the conversation. If you want to be a bit more engaging, you can give a little more detail.
Yeah, for example, if you're busy, you could say, it's been a busy one, but productive. How about yours?
Exactly. Or if it's going well, you could say, pretty good, thanks. I'm making good progress on that report.
That invites the other person to ask a follow-up question. What about on a more challenging day?
You can still be positive, something like, a bit challenging, but I'm getting there. Thanks for asking. It's honest, but still professional. You don't want to complain too much.
Right. Keep it light and positive even if you're busy.
Let's try role play for this one too. I'll ask you. So, Mary, how's your day going?
It's going well, thanks. I'm just getting started on the quarterly report, but the coffee's helping. How about you? Okay, Luke, what about when you see a new face in the office? How do you introduce yourself without being awkward?
This is a great opportunity to be welcoming. The simplest way is to just walk up, smile, and introduce yourself. You can say, hi, I don't think we've met yet. I'm Luke from the marketing team.
That's perfect. It's direct, friendly, and gives them context about who you are. What's a good follow-up after they tell you their name?
You can say, it's great to meet you, blank, welcome to the team, or welcome aboard.
Yeah, and you could ask a simple question like, so what will you be working on? Or how's your first day going so far?
Exactly. The key is to show genuine interest and make them feel welcome. It can be intimidating to be the new person, so a friendly face makes a huge difference. Let's do a quick role play. I'll be the established employee, and Mary, you be the new person.
Okay, I'm standing by the coffee machine looking a bit lost.
Hi, Mary. I don't think we've met. I'm Luke from marketing. Welcome to the company.
Hi, Luke. Thanks so much. I'm Mary. I'm the new project manager. It's nice to meet you.
All right, next scene. The office kitchen or by the coffee machine. These are prime spots for small talk.
They really are, but they're also places where you only have a minute or two, so the conversation needs to be quick and easy.
Right. You don't want to start a deep, complex topic while your coffee is brewing. Keep it simple.
So, what are some good opening lines?
You could comment on the shared activity. Grabbing some coffee to power through the morning, or I definitely need this today.
That's a good one. It's relatable. You could also ask a simple non-work related question like, got any big plans for the afternoon? Or just a simple, how's your morning been?
Yes, and listen to their answer. If they say, it's been busy, you can reply, oh yeah? Anything interesting? It keeps the conversation going for another 30 seconds.
Perfect. Short, simple, and friendly. Let's act this out. Say I'm making a coffee. Luke, you come in. Let's see a good and a bad example. First, the bad.
Okay. I'll just stand here silently, staring at you until you finish.
See how awkward that is? Now let's try a good example. This leads us nicely into our next point. What are some safe topics to talk about at work?
This is so important. You want to build relationships, but you also need to maintain professional boundaries.
Exactly. So, what's on the safe list?
Hobbies are a great one. You can ask, do you do anything fun outside of work? You might discover a shared interest in hiking, painting, or video games.
Yeah, that's always a good one. TV shows, movies, and books are also excellent. Have you seen that new show on Netflix or read any good books lately?
Totally. Travel is another fantastic topic. You can talk about places you've been or places you'd like to go. Have you traveled anywhere interesting recently?
And what about topics to avoid?
The big ones are politics, religion, and personal finances, including salary. These can be very sensitive and create tension.
Right. It's also best to avoid gossip or complaining heavily about work or other colleagues. Keep it positive and neutral.
That's the key. Keep it positive, keep it professional. Okay, Mary, let's tackle a classic of small talk, the weather. Some people think it's boring, but it's a universal and easy way to start a conversation.
I agree. It's the ultimate safe topic. Everyone experiences it. But how do you talk about it without just saying, nice weather we're having?
You can connect it to an activity or a feeling. For example, this beautiful weather makes me want to be outside. Or, I can't believe how cold it is today. I'm glad we're warm in here.
That makes it much more personal. You can also use it to ask about their plans. With this great weather, are you planning to do anything outdoors this evening?
Hmm.
Or if it's raining, this rain is crazy. I hope your commute wasn't too bad.
Exactly. It's not just about stating the obvious fact about the weather, it's about using it as a bridge to a real conversation. It's a starting point.
A great, simple starting point. All right, Monday morning comes around and everyone asks the same question. How was your weekend?
A Monday morning stable. Just like with how are you, a simple it was good is fine, but you can make it more interesting.
Right. How do you do that?
Share one small positive detail. You don't need to give your entire life story, just a little snapshot. For example, it was really relaxing. I caught up on some reading.
That's nice. Or it was great. I tried a new restaurant downtown.
Exactly. That gives the other person something to respond to. They can say, oh, which restaurant? And the conversation can grow from there.
And when you're asking the question, you can be a bit more specific too. Instead of just, how was your weekend, you could try, did you get up to anything fun over the weekend?
That's a great way to phrase it. It prompts a more descriptive answer. It's all about asking open-ended questions. This is another common one, especially towards the end of the day. A colleague asks, any plans for tonight? Or doing anything fun after work?
It's a friendly way to show interest. How should you answer? You don't want to give too much personal information, but you also don't want to seem secretive.
Right. A simple, brief answer is best. You can keep it general. Not much, just heading home to relax. Or, I think I'll just cook dinner and watch a movie.
Those are perfect. They're friendly, but don't invite a lot of follow-up questions if you're ready to leave. What if you do have plans?
You can still be brief. Yeah, I'm meeting up with a friend for dinner. Or, I'm heading to the gym.
That makes sense. It's polite and answers the question without going into too much detail. You're just sharing a small piece of your life.
Precisely. It keeps the social connection going without crossing any professional lines.
Okay, this can be a tricky one. You see two coworkers talking in the break room and you want to join in. How do you do it without interrupting or being awkward?
The key here is to be observant. First, gauge the tone of the conversation. If they seem to be having a very serious or private discussion, it's best to just walk by.
That's a very important point. Don't intrude on a private moment.
But if they're laughing and it seems like a light-hearted chat, you can approach. Don't just start talking. Wait for a natural pause in the conversation.
Okay, so you wait for a pause, then what?
You can make a comment related to what you overheard. Something like, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear you talking about that new movie. I just saw it. It was great.
So you connect to the existing topic. That's smooth.
Exactly. Or if you don't know the topic, you can just approach with a friendly smile and wait to be included. Often one of them will turn to you and say, oh, hi, Mark, we were just talking about, and bring you into the conversation.
So patience and observation are key.
This happens to everyone, and it can feel so embarrassing. You're talking to a colleague you've met before, but their name has completely vanished from your memory.
Oh, the worst feeling. What is the best way to handle this?
The best way is to be honest, polite, and direct. Don't try to guess the name, because if you get it wrong, it's even more awkward.
Right, so what do you say?
You can smile and say, "I'm so sorry, my mind has just gone completely blank. Could you remind me of your name?"
I like that. It's humble and relatable.
Another way is to say, "I know we've met before, but I'm terrible with names. I'm Luke, by the way." Sometimes reintroducing yourself prompts them to say their name again naturally.
That's a clever trick.
The most important thing is to do it with a smile and a sincere apology. Most people are very understanding because it has happened to them too.
That's so true. Honesty is the best policy here. Let's move to a more positive situation. A coworker gives you a compliment. Maybe they praise your presentation or like your new shirt. How do you respond gracefully?
Many people feel awkward receiving compliments and tend to downplay them. They might say, "Oh, it was nothing."
I've definitely done that.
But the best and simplest response is just a warm, genuine thank you.
Just that?
Just that. It's polite, it accepts the compliment, and it shows you appreciate their kindness. You can add a little more, of course. "Thank you so much, I really appreciate that." Or, "That's very kind of you to say."
That feels much better than dismissing it. What if the compliment is about a team effort?
That's a great point. If others were involved, it's a wonderful opportunity to share the credit. You could say, "Thank you. Sarah and I worked really hard on it together."
That's a great way to be a team player. So accept it gracefully and share the credit when it's due.
Okay, everyone needs help at work sometimes, but it can be hard to ask. You don't want to seem like you're bothering someone.
Yes, politeness is key here. What are some good phrases to use?
First, acknowledge that they are busy. You can start with, "Excuse me, name. I know you're busy, but do you have a quick moment?"
I like that. It shows respect for their time.
Exactly. Then be specific and clear about what you need. Instead of saying, "I'm stuck," you could say, "I'm having a bit of trouble with this spreadsheet formula. I was wondering if you could take a quick look."
Being specific is so helpful. It lets them know how much time it might take. What if it's not a quick question?
If you need more time, you can ask to schedule a moment. "When you have some free time later today, could I ask you a few questions about the new software? It shouldn't take more than 15 minutes.
That's very professional. It gives them control over their schedule. And always remember to say thank you afterwards.
Always. A sincere "thank you so much for your help, I really appreciate it" goes a long way.
Picture this. You're in a meeting room and a few people are there early. There's that quiet, sometimes awkward time before the meeting officially begins.
The pre-meeting silence. It's a perfect time for some light small talk.
So, what can you talk about?
You can start with something related to the meeting itself. "Did you get a chance to look over the agenda?" Or, "I'm interested to hear more about the project update."
That's a good, relevant starting point. What about non work topics?
Absolutely. This is a great time for that. You can use some of the topics we've already discussed. Ask about their weekend or if they saw the big game last night.
So, hey, John, did you catch the game last night? That was a close one.
Perfect. It's light, easy, and passes the time pleasantly. You could also just ask a simple question like, "How's your week going so far?" The goal is just to create a friendly, relaxed atmosphere before the serious business starts.
It definitely makes the start of a meeting feel more collaborative.
Nobody wants to be late, but sometimes it happens. Traffic, an alarm that didn't go off. How do you handle it when you walk in late?
This is all about being professional and accountable. You don't need to give a long, dramatic story.
Right. Keep it brief and sincere. As you get to your desk, if you see your manager or team, a simple "Morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late" is often enough.
What if they ask why?
You can give a brief general reason. "The traffic was unusually bad this morning," or "I had a bit of a delay with the train." No need for excessive detail.
That makes sense. Honesty without oversharing.
The most important thing is the apology and then getting straight to work. It shows that you're taking it seriously and are ready to make up for the lost time. A simple "apologies for my lateness" shows professionalism.
Good advice. Acknowledge it, apologize sincerely, and move on. Okay, here's a common dilemma. A coworker comes to your desk to chat, but you're on a tight deadline and need to focus. How do you tell them you're busy without sounding rude?
This requires a bit of diplomacy. You want to be friendly, but also protect your time.
So, what's a good phrase to use?
You can start by being positive.
Hey, name, it's great to see you. Then, explain your situation politely. I'd love to chat, but I'm just right in the middle of something urgent at the moment.
That's a soft way to put it. I like the I'd love to chat part.
Yes, it shows you value the interaction. Then, the crucial next step is to propose another time. Can I catch you in about an hour? Or can we catch up over coffee later this afternoon?
That's the key. It's not a rejection, it's a postponement.
Exactly. You're saying, I want to talk to you, just not right this second. It respects the other person while still allowing you to focus on your work. It's a win-win. This is the flip side of our last point. You've had a nice chat by the coffee machine, but now you need to get back to your desk. How do you wrap it up smoothly?
This is such an important skill. You don't want to just turn and walk away.
Never. You need a good closing line. A very common and effective one is, well, I should probably get back to it. It's a clear signal that the conversation is ending.
That's a good one. You could also say, all right, I'll let you get back to your work. It puts the focus on them, which is polite.
Yes, that's a great one too. It's also nice to add a positive closing statement. It was great chatting with you, or talk to you later.
So a full sequence could be, well, it was great catching up with you, but I should get back to my desk. Talk to you later.
Perfect. It's friendly, clear, and polite. It leaves the conversation on a positive note and lets everyone get on with their day.
Sometimes you can see that a colleague is stressed, upset, or just having a tough time. It can be hard to know what to say.
It can be. The most important thing is to show genuine care without being intrusive.
Right, you don't want to pry.
A simple, quiet observation can be a good start. Hey, you seem a bit down today. Is everything all right?
That opens the door for them to talk but doesn't force them. What if you don't want to be that direct?
You could offer support in a more general way. It looks like you've got a lot on your plate. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
That's really kind. It offers support without demanding an explanation.
Exactly. Sometimes just offering to grab them a coffee can make a big difference. I'm heading to the kitchen. Can I get you a coffee or tea? It's a small gesture of kindness.
The key is to be supportive and respect their privacy. Let them decide how much they want to share.
On a happier note, what about when a coworker gets a promotion, finishes a big project, or has some other good news?
This is a wonderful opportunity to build positive relationships, and it's pretty straightforward.
It is. A direct and enthusiastic congratulations is always welcome. I heard about your promotion. That's fantastic news. Congratulations.
Being specific is great. It shows you were paying attention. I saw your presentation this morning. You did an amazing job. Congratulations.
Exactly. Make it personal and sincere. Even a simple, well done, or great work on that can mean a lot.
And it's not just about big achievements, right?
Not at all. You can congratulate someone for handling a difficult client well or for coming up with a great idea in a meeting. Acknowledging the small wins helps create a really supportive and positive team environment.
That's so true. It's all about celebrating each other's successes. Lunch break. This is a more relaxed setting, so the conversation can be a bit different from the quick coffee machine chat.
Definitely. You have more time, so you can go a little deeper into those safe topics we talked about earlier.
So this is the perfect time to ask more about their hobbies or that vacation they mentioned.
Yes, you mentioned you went hiking last weekend. Where did you go? Or how's that new book you're reading? It shows you remember your previous conversations.
That's a great tip for building rapport. It's also a good time to talk about food since you're eating.
Of course. That looks delicious. What did you make? Or have you tried that new sandwich shop down the street? I heard it's really good.
Simple and effective. The main idea is to use this time to connect on a more personal level. But remember to keep it light and avoid complaining about work. Lunch is a break after all.
Precisely. Keep it a positive and relaxing break for everyone. And finally, our last point. The workday is over and you're packing up to leave. What's the right thing to say?
Just like starting the day, ending it on a positive note is important. It's simple, but it matters.
It really does. A simple goodbye, everyone, or have a good evening addressed to the general area is perfectly fine.
And if you pass by people on your way out, you can be more direct. See you tomorrow, Jane. Enjoy your night, Tom.
Right. You can also add a little something extra if you know their plans. Have a great time at the concert tonight, or hope you have a relaxing evening.
That's a nice personal touch. It shows you listen.
It all comes down to being friendly and courteous. These small interactions, saying good morning and good evening, really add up to create a much more pleasant work environment for everybody.
And that brings us to the end of our list. From a simple good morning to a friendly have a good evening, small talk is really the glue that holds a friendly workplace together.
It is, and like any skill, it gets easier with practice. Don't be afraid to try some of these phrases. People at work are usually happy to have a friendly chat.
We hope these tips and phrases have been helpful for you. The goal is to feel more confident and comfortable in your everyday interactions in English.
It's all about making those small connections that make your workday a little brighter.
Thank you so much for listening to English Every Day, the podcast.
It was a pleasure being with you. Goodbye for now.